Hi everyone, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
Join us for a tour of our Sea Terrace room on the Valiant Lady.
Let's go!
Right, this is the closet, and as you can see, it's pretty big, and there's portions of it with a long space, so you can put dresses or long items there, and then a shorter space, but they give some pretty decent hangers. They're like hard, they're not going to bend when you put something heavy on them, which is nice. And they do have this here, which is if you want laundry done, there's a little thing in the pocket to get your laundry done. And then there's also this little cubby right here, and it comes with baskets. So when you unpack, you can put your stuff inside. You can also leave your luggage on top. It looks like it's been pretty scuffed up, so shouldn't feel bad about putting your luggage there. So this is so you can alert your stateroom steward if you do or do not want to be disturbed. So this one is do not disturb. And then this one is that you need some sort of cleaning done. And this is your little indoor closet. So you can see we open it up here and you have your life vests, which are always important when you're on a cruise. And then we have a tiny little safe here. Some additional cubby space, and they actually put the hairdryer in here. So we'll take a look at that real quick. And it's another one of those where you have to hold the button down in order to make it go. So this is not going to be good. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to be good. Luckily, I don't have much hair, so it's not going to bother me. You also have a bunch of little tiny drawers. They're very shallow, but there's a lot of them. But they are soft close. So that's really nice. And some space at the bottom. And of course, we have a full-length mirror right here. Right, let's check out the bathroom. Your light is on the outside, just like pretty much any cruise ship door we've ever had. And the bathroom is pretty cozy. I'm not even going to go in there because it's so cozy, but it has everything you need. It looks really nice. The mirror has some pretty good lighting to get ready in the morning. There's also a really nice place for you to put some toiletries next to the sink, and it actually will drain down. So if they're wet toiletries, you won't get water everywhere else, and some cups. And they give you hand soap, which is one of our favorite things. Your little sink. They also gave you some hand towels and some makeup towels, which is interesting. Not any other cruise line we've ever been on has done that. So it's nice to know you're not going to get your makeup all over some white towels that aren't meant to have it, along with just a regular tissue box, which is interesting. It's not like stuffed inside the vanity. And they actually already hung up 2 rolls of toilet paper, which is different as well. And just some additional toilet paper and tissues available too. All right, so this is your shower. It does have a glass door that opens inward. And it looks pretty spacious actually. And it has a little wand attachment as well as a rain shower head. So we'll see how that goes. It has its own light, which is also nice because sometimes cruise ship showers can get pretty dark. And they do give you hair wash, conditioner, and body wash in there, as well as another little shelf to put your own toiletries on, and something I've never seen on a cruise ship before, a little hanger to hang 2 things on underneath that, which is really convenient for us because we use hanging loofahs. And also there is a clothesline to hang your wet bathing suits or anything else you might want to dry from inside the shower.
All right, so we have our thermostat here. Honestly, I was expecting a little bit more from Virgin, especially because the ship is so new. But you're looking at it like this is pretty much your only gauge, and it's only gonna kind of give you a light indicator. Oh, it goes dark red. But obviously, we're going to keep it all the way down. We're in the Caribbean. It's going to be very, very hot. And it doesn't feel particularly cold in here yet. So we're going to have to give you guys an update on if it's actually doing anything. I hear a little bit of airflow happening over here. So I think it might be okay. So we'll get you guys an update. We won't really know until we're in the room and moving around and stuff. So.
And this is the main living space. There's a lot of space. It feels like you could turn circles in here and still have a lot of space, which this is a Sea Terrace. So maybe it's not that way in the interiors. We're not sure. But to start with, they give you this little kind of wet bar situation. And we have some pretty nice glasses. They're actual glass. And some carafes of water. So this is filtered water that you can drink throughout the voyage. And they also have these cute little guys here. And you can pay to take them home with you. And under here we do have a fridge. Doesn't open very far, but you can see it's just a pretty normal little mini fridge. It doesn't feel very cold, so I'm hoping we can adjust that maybe, but also we're probably not going to be putting much in it because we didn't bring extra drinks, and soda is included, so you don't have to like buy it and store it. You can just go get it anytime you want. So here we have a little lamp, which turns on from the top, and we have the cabin phone. And everything's very Virgin branded here, including the phone. And you can call emergency services, sailor services, or a different cabin here. It's pretty standard. But then over here, we do have our tablet. This tablet is actually going to control the room. So your lights, your curtains, anything like that. We're going to be able to control entertainment on here as well. And just some information about the ship too. But right now we have to watch our safety video, so we can't do anything on it yet. And yeah, we have this huge mirror here, which is also nice to do your makeup at. And they know you're going to do it, so they put this here in case you have a straightening iron or something hot like a curling iron that you would want to sit here. It's not going to scorch any of the desk.
That's smart.
It is smart. And underneath, they even have places to store like your makeup or things, which is definitely what I'm going to do. And a little seat and your trash can, which has both trash and recycling in little sides.
Okay, so down here is where we have our outlets. They got one, just a regular USB, but it's charging the tablet that controls the room, which is cool. Here's another high-powered regular USB. Here's a 3-prong American outlet, 3-prong American outlet. And then there's an international one here, which is actually pretty good. It's good for us. We always bring an international plug with us. Just gives us a little bit more options.
And there is another huge full-length mirror right here. It's, like twice the size of the one in the closet, and it shows pretty much the entire room and the balcony in it. So that's pretty nice. And we have a nice little chair right here, which I'm sure we will use quite often. And we have our bed. So my understanding is that this bed can actually separate into 2 beds. So that's why there's this thing here, because it can slide over. And you can also tell because there's 3 different light switches. If it was over here, it would be right above one of them. But they did go ahead and give us some towels for the pool. And one other thing that I really, really love is this little table. So whether you're working from the bed or you just want to eat and drink in bed, this is going to be really useful for that as well. All right, so the little lights by the bed, they just turn on like that. They're very soft. It's not so much even a reading light. I don't know if you'll be able to read unless you have really good eyes, but it gives you just enough light to get into bed. So there's also some light switches right here. It looks like this one turns the lights off by the front of the cabin, and then this one turns the lights off by the back of the cabin.
Back behind the chair, we have USB, 3-pronged American outlet. So decent start, but she also found these ones down here. So we got the same setups. USB, 3-pronged American outlet. And this is actually pretty good because I think a lot of CPAP machines and stuff hook up to just the USB if you need them to. Obviously, a lot of them can hook up to that, and it's right next to the bed. So this will be a pretty good setup for anyone that has to use a CPAP machine or any other sleeping devices. Same concept here with these lights too. They turn off the ones next to the door, the front door, and then the ones over here where you're hanging out. So we found this little table that actually goes on the side bed here. It's for some drinks, and it's actually moves, so it's got some pretty good mobility. Otherwise, the bed is actually pretty interesting. It's very, very low to the ground. It's knee level for me. And I'm not a tall person, so I'm kind of interested. Like, this could be someone's ankles who's anyone who's 6 foot or over. The bed's pretty much down by your shins. So, overall, first impressions, okay. It's got a little give on the plushy side here with the comforter, and then the bed itself has some give, so it might be pretty good. All right, I'm gonna give it a shot here. Let's go like this because I'm gonna be laying on this part for the most part. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Actually, it's more comfortable than I expected. I thought it was going to be a little too firm. I don't know. I probably give it like a 6 out of 10.
Mm.
Maybe a
That's
6.
low for David.
That is low for me. But you don't know until you've been out and about all day and you're exhausted, and you can bump it up a couple points from that. So we'll see what Rachel thinks.
Now it is my turn to try the bed, so we shall see. Oh, yeah, I think it is. It's definitely bouncy, but it's not like super, super plush. So I think it's gonna be like a 6 or 6.5. I agree.
It's a little surprising, but we'll get you guys an update if anything changes with that. But so there's the current bed setup. Lots and lots of throw pillows, and looks like 4 regular pillows. But you can always ask for more if you need them.
All right, so one thing I found while I was unpacking is this area right here is actually drawers. So you can use those for other storage when you can't fit everything in the closet.
All right, so I spent several minutes messing with the TV, trying to figure out what's going on with it exactly. And I could say the controller is basically worthless. It doesn't do anything but control the volume, from what I can tell. Once you're on a channel, you might be able to change channels with this, but I think they like literally want you to use the tablet for everything.
And now we get to the balcony, which we're very excited about, but there's actually curtain controls right here. So you can close the curtains or open the curtains using these buttons. And they actually did open when we came in the room by themselves. So that's something that's really kind of cool. If you're out and about, it'll keep your room cooler if they're closed, and then they'll open when you come in. Let's see what the balcony is like. First impressions, it's actually really deep, and the chairs are metal, so they're gonna get really hot if it's in the sun. But there is a little table, so that's nice. We can have some drinks or food out here. Right, and here is one of the key features of the balcony, which is the lovely little hammock. Yeah, it's gonna be really nice when we're out in the ocean and there's a gentle sway, and it's already pretty comfortable, and you can kind of like judge yourself so that you can lean back and you can just sit and look out at the ocean. So that's pretty nice.
This is actually really cool. And these, like, it feels really sturdy.
It
I
is.
was worried about that, because I'm on the bigger side, but you can really tell they really bolted it all down up there. So I actually feel pretty comfy on it. So,
We're going to be spending a lot of time out here. And one other thing is we are on the 12th deck and our balcony is covered. So I like that. It shelters you from the sun, it shelters you from any rain. But, if you really want to be on your balcony in the sun all the time, then this deck is not going to be for you. Thanks for joining us on our tour of our balcony on the Valiant Lady. It is a beautiful sea terrace. It's also a pretty spacious room, but I will say that the storage is kind of strange to me, especially like in the bathroom. There's not as much shelving as I'm used to on a cruise ship. And then the shelves in the closet are kind of strange as well. Like there's some very, very tiny ones and then some bigger ones. And there's some storage under the bed in some extra drawers, but it's just kind of very segmented and not really conducive to unpacking on your vacation. So if you don't mind keeping your stuff in your luggage, it's probably a little bit easier.
overall, though, it's still okay, especially
Yeah.
since we're only on a 5-day cruise. If you were doing like a 14-day cruise, it might be a little
Yeah.
complicated. So,
No, I agree. And the shower is amazing.
oh yeah,
That is one of my favorite things about this room. The pressure is amazing. It is an overhead shower, so if you're one of those women that doesn't like to wash her hair every day, you might have some issues there. You need to bring a shower cap, but otherwise, like the pressure is amazing. The space in there is amazing, and there's plenty of space to put things that you bring with you, your toiletries and things like that.
yeah. And if you're a fan of rainfall shower heads, not all of them are created equal. So this one's actually really, really good. It's got pressure behind it. It's not just letting the gravity do the work. It's awesome. Yeah, we're being a little nitpicky here, just trying to find some things
Yeah.
wrong with it. But overall, obviously, it's gorgeous. I think the layout's a little weird with that kind of half bench thing being
Yeah.
next to the bed, and that makes the ports further away from the bed. But it has a purpose, and I can see why they did it that way. But it's just a little wonky if you're not used to it.
Yeah, everything's very low. So that's
Hmm.
the other thing. Like if you have knee or hip problems, your bed's going to be pretty low, which I'm sure they have accessible rooms if you tell somebody that before you book.
And I think really like the last thing to kind of talk about is how the bed ended up being. I do think it ended up being about a 6, I think we gave it, and I think that's about what it is. It's not particularly amazing. There's no top sheet, which I thought was a little weird, and it can get pretty hot under that comforter. But the room did keep cold,
Yes.
and that made the bed experience okay.
I do think the bed is a little bit stiff for my liking. I didn't wake up in pain, which is good, but I did wake up kind of just not feeling as refreshed as I normally would on a cruise ship bed. And one thing about the air conditioner is that if you have a balcony door, you have to have it locked for your air conditioner to run. So if you're going to be out on your balcony, your air conditioner won't run then, so your room will get pretty warm.
There's a little tiny sign that does explain it, but if you don't see it, your steward will talk to you about it. And I made the mistake on the first day. I didn't realize. I thought I had locked it, but I didn't do it all the way down. So just make sure you get it locked up, and then your room will be really nice and cold. So at least it was for us.
But overall, this room is beautiful. It's wonderful. It's, a really, really nice balcony. I would definitely say it's worth it if you care about the ports that you're going to and you want to have your own space. And even if you don't necessarily care about the ports, the hammock is really, really nice. And
Yeah.
even when we were at sea last night, it was just a really nice kind of place to relax and chill. It's been very quiet on the
Yeah.
balconies.
I do think that the hammock is a really big selling point, and I could see like cruise lines adding those in the future. It's just really brilliant on their part, and it is like really good quality. It's really, really strong. It holds me up without issues. So I just think it's awesome. Just a really good addition to a balcony. Brilliant.
Yes. So, what do you think? Have you cruised on the Valiant Lady or another Virgin ship? And do you have any questions about a balcony room? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy this video and want to see more travel content from us, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. But for now, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
And we hope this video helps you find the right direction for your next adventure.
Bye.
Bye.